Welcome to e-learning with GRA. This is the first of a series of videos that will introduce you to the new training environment being developed by the organization. This video will explain how the project came into being and the components that will lead to a new way of learning within GRA. GRA IT Training Institute. This is an outline of the topics covered in this video. Let's move on to the background. You will see that this is not a new project, as the initial feasibility began 6 years ago. It was seen that with many new applications associated within GRA, that there needed to be a way of improving the IT literacy amongst the staff of GRA. Based on that feasibility, the decision was made to move to the creation of an IT training institute and all the associated structure that would be required, such as staffing and integration. It was seen as rather than a centralized location for training, but also as a source for the development of distance learning capabilities for all throughout the region in Ghana, removing the need to make the long journey to Accra. The training facilities with its new staffing would be expected to provide a professional service in learning and the development of the GRA staff and provide quantitative results. As mentioned in the previous slide, this project began its life back in 2014, and with a combination of grants and loans from KFW, a budget was passed by Parliament during the summer of 2016, allowing the creation of an expression of interest document. And from evaluation of the submitted bids by consultancy companies, it was eventually decided on the company of GOPA, in collaboration with the Ghanaian-Austrian architecture firm of Ordner and Ordner and Associates, or OA. With contract negotiations completed during 2018, the project commenced mid-July 2018, with the initial completion date of July 2020, plus the usual liability period. But with delays to the approval of the design plans, in part due to the changes to tax which required the intervention of senior management of GRA working with the Department of Finance to provide Parliament with the figures to allow for a tax waiver, as the construction costs had originally been budgeted in 2014 with a different set of rules. Of course, with any project, the success is based on the team that are assigned. This project has a combination of external consultants and GRA staff who provide different roles as representatives of the various departments. In addition to the departmental representatives, we have a dedicated team from GRA who are part of the knowledge transfer process. The organogram shows only those currently operating in Accra. GOPA Info also have consultants working from Frankfurt, Germany, involved in the project delivery, especially as they closely work with the donor organization of KFW. Although this cannot be classed as a program, it is not a single project, but three working together to provide a single solution of IT literacy. Project 1 is the component that is charged with providing the physical structure for training. Project 2, the classroom courses in training organisation. And finally, Project 3, the decentralised computer-based training, or as we use the term e-learning. This is an outline of the topics covered in this video. Let's move on to the background. The initial brief for the building was to provide a fully equipped training centre with courses in basic computer use, office applications, specialist applications for tax administration, management of IT services, software and hardware. The building also had to include 5 classrooms with 16 workstations, giving the ability to have 80 students simultaneously. In addition to the classroom setting, the building needed the capability to have conference rooms, cafeteria, administrative offices and space for logistics, together with the IT infrastructure and hardware. The building will be built on a plot of GRAs in Tema. Here's a computer-generated view of the building. Note, the images and videos of the building are computer generated as construction has not yet begun. Here is a view of the reception and breakout areas. The ground floor is the main administrative area, and you'll note the occupancy values are indicated as a maximum rather of the people we expect. So we can see a canteen catering up for 76 people and lecturers' rooms for 10 people. The first of the classrooms will be on the first floor. Note, for those with limited mobility, there are elevators and wheelchair access. We have the server room here, the IT support, breakout rooms and classrooms. The second floor has further classrooms, meeting rooms and the webcast studio, which is where the creation of the online classroom material will be created, and such as videos and webinars. You will note that the design of the building has exceeded the original brief with regards to the number of classrooms through careful use of resources. Although the IT infrastructure remains the same, therefore not all classrooms will be fully equipped with computers, but have the capability to be used for that purpose should the needs arise. And here is a video generated of the final design. This slide shows the stages for Project 1, and once the contract has been appointed, stages 1.3.4 will be progressed. This is an outline of the topics covered in this video. Let's move on to the background. Project 2 is essentially the development of the business process required to operate an IT institute with regards to defining the staff required and their skill sets, together with the courses that will be offered. Within this project is the creation of the organisation that will administer the learning experience for the GRA staff. The business processes and job descriptions have been completed together with the syllabuses for the courses. There will be further development once there are more staff who will be trained in the creation process. The IT Institute does not exist in isolation, as it's part of the training organisation within GRA. Therefore, an important part of the process is communication, both with other training teams and the GRA organisation as a whole. As previously mentioned, the Institute requires a team to administer the learning experience and of course a management structure, shown here below. We have a head of the Institute itself, training team manager, the Institute IT manager, the support staff administration, and of course a deputy head of the IT Institute. The training team consists of the training team manager, who will, in addition to supervision of the IT trainers, will be charged with identifying and assessing future and current training needs through job analysis, career paths and annual performance appraisals, and consultation with the line managers. The IT trainers who are responsible for the preparation and conduct employee training courses on the IT skills and proper computer usage. They will also assist in the creation of future courses, executing webinars and workshops in groups or individually. Part of the team also includes remote coaches who are based in the various offices across Ghana. They will have an on-demand role, assisting the employees with their progress through the remote learning experience. They will not be delivering the courses themselves, but having the skills necessary to facilitate the employees' progress. The IT Institute itself requires an IT team to support the employees embarking on their learning experience. We have an IT manager responsible for the team, a database administrator for the Moodle learning management system and the underlying operating system, an instructional designer who will convert courses content to the online experience using a variety of tools within the webcast studio, a technical writer able to generate much of the course content, and finally a help desk analyst who will support both the classroom and remote users in their use of the learning management system, should they encounter a problem. And finally, we have the staff providing the logistical support with the supervisor. We have catering, security, drivers, a receptionist, office assistant, and a communications assistant. The training principles form an important basis of the development of the process within the Institute, so all activities adhere to those listed. All activities will be results orientated with clear definitions on the deliverables. Activities specifically tailored to meet the needs of the business and create a culture of learning. All training delivered in a flexible and cost-effective manner. All training activities and experiences recorded for progress. For those courses developed internally, we will follow the cycle shown on this slide, with a constant view on the results achieved by employees following a course. They are designed, developed, implemented, monitored, and evaluated. The curriculum follows two types: student and content driven. The first type is content or subject driven, where we look to achieve training that follows a linear path. The learning management system will have courses outlined for employees based on input from their managers. The second type is student-driven, where the focus is the development of the individual themselves. Examples of this: the development of an individual within the organisation will necessitate the additional skills to be attained in one or more areas, such as the promotion to either new or higher level requires specialist knowledge, not as part of a group structured training session. Recruitment for the roles at the Institute mentioned in earlier slides will be on a phased basis through the construction process, with the emphasis on internal GRA staff unless skills are unavailable. Selection of staff will be targeting those within GRA. The IT trainers themselves will become acquainted with the tools at their disposal with an emphasis on presentation. Several components of authoring tools require IT skills associated with workflow and screen capture. Therefore, those within the authoring team will have training in a tool such as Adobe Captivate. The learning management system being used by GRA is known as Moodle and incorporates many of the best practices such as course delivery, employee registration, skills and competency management, skills gap analysis, individual development plan, assessing and recording, training event management, such as scheduling and tracking, curriculum and certification management, reporting, training record management, courseware authoring, and resource management. The curriculum for the project covers four main areas. Firstly, the Microsoft Office and basic computer skills. All staff will be expected to complete the basic computer skills and cybersecurity awareness. The others will be optional. Secondly, the IT applications used within GRA, such as TRIPS, for tax collection processing. The other areas are IT service management for the IT staff themselves and the areas of management such as governance and project management. Of course, all of these are subject to change and move with the developments within the organisation itself. This is an outline of the topics covered in this video. Let's move on to the background. The third project brief was the development and implementation of a decentralised computer-based IT training concept, supported by local coaching to help develop IT training close to all GRA local offices in a way that reduces the need to travel to Accra and subsequent time away from the job. The component stages of this project are ongoing, much of it awaiting the selection of staff. We've completed all the preparatory work and we've identified the equipment and how the integration within GRA structure will be achieved, and we require the selection of staff for the next stage. The project aims to solve a number of problems within training departments. Concerns such as attracting and retaining the key talent, onboarding more people and making them productive in less time, keeping up with the fast growth, staffing teams from across the country that are spread widely, and we address these through providing continuous learning and development opportunities, a centralised learning content and delivery system that scales seamlessly during growth, and increased collaboration between disparate teams through the tools within the learning management system. Operational needs are also met by the project. Concerns such as supporting the organisational growth, managing finances and budgets, build and align the organisation through enhancing collaboration, and make decisions based on data and statistics. This is achieved through effectively equipping new hires with the skill they need to meet the speed of growth, better tracking of the training process, facilitate consistent learning and social learning so that knowledge is capitalised within the organisation, and help to maintain compliance through consistent information delivery, and with management reports supporting their decisions. And finally, issues for the IT can also be addressed through education in many tools and the infrastructure utilised through GRA. The learning management system Moodle is accessed through a browser and sits on a server. Once the institute building is complete, there will be a server based there together with a test server. But until we reach that point, we will be using a temporary cloud-based instance which we will migrate. We will also have a demo system used for the training of staff in the use of the learning system, which is also cloud-based. Here's a simplified course creation process used at the Institute. You'll see that both classroom and the online activities have the same source, the only difference being the delivery. And there is much more to a course than just a PowerPoint, as we add the interactive elements and so much supporting information. We see course notes, handouts, essays, question data bank certificates. These all contribute to the information within a course. This is an example of the Moodle screen, although this may not exactly be the one you will see, as it has many elements that are common. such as your progress, you can see here, or upcoming events here. You'll see there's recently accessed courses, calendars. There's much more to explore on this screen. All courses will have a brief overview so the student will know what to expect. Here's an example.
Welcome. This is an introduction to PowerPoint basic training. This course in a classroom setting will take a full day, which is an 8-hour session. Online training, we are looking at 30 minutes for e-learning. With this course, what we'll be doing is creating presentations using all the features of PowerPoint at a basic level. We will learn how to insert slides, insert text, images, work with smart art, so that in the end we will come out with wonderful presentations. We hope you enjoy the course and we look forward to the next level. Thank you.
And here's a short example of one of the modeled video.
Welcome to Introduction to Basic PowerPoint. With this session, which is session 2, we will be looking at getting started with Microsoft PowerPoint, and we will cover modules which we will look at the user interface, selecting a theme or template. We will look at the backstage functions. We will also look at tabs and ribbons. With the user interface, the backstage view, you have different functions which can be used for different tool applications. Some of these include saving your presentation, creating a new presentation, opening a new presentation, your print, export into different layouts as well. We also have a different interface, which is the home interface. The home interface comes with tabs and ribbons which are used to create amazing presentations for different projects. With the tabs, like I said, there are sections into tabs and each tab has ribbons. Now let's look at the first one. The home tab comes with 6 different ribbons which can be used for things like copying and pasting slides, editing text, positioning text, drawing lines and shapes, changing colors, as well as finding items on your slide to edit them. The next tab, which is the Insert tab, can be used for inserting all sorts of different items onto your slide. Images, tables, charts, smart art, and a variety of different items. The Design tab allows you to choose different themes, which you can also have variants to the themes, and you can even customize your themes to suit. With the Transitions tab, you can do various transitions for your slides. You can have them fade in, split screen, cut in, and you can also do timings for your presentations. The Animations tab gives you ribbons where you can create different animations for items on your slides. So you can have images or tables appear, fade in, float in, and also shape in. The Slideshow tab, this allows you to present your PowerPoint presentation. It has items where you can start the slide from the beginning or from whichever slide. You can also record your show as well. The Review tab allows you to basically review your work, or even you can collaborate with others where they can compare work and also check for grammar. The View tab allows you to look at your slides in different formats. You can also zoom in, zoom out, look at it in the color or grayscale, and also apply macros. The Help tab, as it says on the tip, gives you the power to basically search for items where you need help in doing your presentation. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed this session. We look forward to having you on the next. Thank you. Welcome to Introduction to
This is an outline of the topics covered in this video. Let's move on to the background. So, going beyond the project, this project is a change from the current training method employed. And with the current situation with COVID-19, working remotely could be the new normal including remote training. All the courses will be available via smart devices, as the learning management system is available as an app on your phones. So training could be done while sat on a trotro. Thank you for listening. The next video will explain in more detail how to use the learning management itself. This is an outline of the topics covered in this video. Let's move on to the background.